Hello friends, we've seen a lot of stuff in the last couple of days and I thought I'd just present on some of the things that I've been doing, which can be a little bit alternative to what we've seen, but to me they've been user friendly. So I think as was read out today, I've had my classes flipped for the last 2 weeks because I was missing a lot of students, and for those that were choosing to self-isolate, I didn't want them to miss out. So I used what I normally did use to leave for relief lessons when I was at O'Loughlin. I'm currently presenting in a program called OBS. It's free. I'll put the link for it. You're able to put a bunch of different display captures in there. You can set the scene. You can see here I've got my little webcam down in the corner. I can actually adjust where the picture goes. I can adjust where this little webcam goes here. I can put it right in the middle if you want, but that looks crummy. Often it's top right is often pretty good. Then kids can see your face. You can adjust it so you can have it bigger or you can have it smaller. And that just adds that personal touch to the lesson, I find, if you're presenting with a PowerPoint or something like that. Anyway, let's proceed. I make use of a couple of different programs. My video editing is done with VideoPad by NCH Software. It's a free program. It's very, very easy to use. Or at least I'll give you the link for the free version. You can play around with the video part and the audio part down here. You're even able to unlink the audio track, export it, and then clean it up in another program and then put it back in there again. So it's very versatile. I've found it quite useful. It's got a bunch of different effects you can add, but I can never be too bothered with all that kind of stuff. The audio program I use is called Audacity, and this is another free program. I use it to clean up the audio, mostly if I've got the aircon going or you can hear the fan buffeting sound, just that all that white noise. I can strip all of that out of the recording itself. But there's a number of steps you can actually follow, and if I can find the website again, I'll post it, which shows you how to clean up all the audio for any videos. And also it's great for if you're going to do a podcast too. So Audacity is my audio program, VideoPad is my video editing program. As far as a learning management software is concerned, or learning management, I use Edmodo, so edmodo.com. This is like Facebook for schools. It's a lot safer. It's set up in a way that you can safely interact with the students online. So since the start of the year, I've had all my classes on Edmodo, and I contact students and parents on Edmodo, and they can chat to us. So you can see here that we have all these classes. If I go to stage 1 chemistry, for example, we got here different posts, and this is where the chemistry students will continue to go whilst I'm here at home, and whilst we're all sheltering from the coronavirus. Some of it's humorous too. Like I like to keep my classes interesting, and then some of it relates to chemistry. So there's stuff on the science of the human endeavour task, so on and so forth. I can filter posts by assignments. So this acts like the so I've already got a submission for my practical report. I got 8 submissions for the draft practical report here, and I can go through and check them. And just like what we saw today, you do have a gradebook available to you on Edmodo. Every class is available in the gradebook here. So say for example I went to chemistry stage 1, we can see all their scores for the first test here. We can see who submitted an optional draft. I'll then be able to see who submitted the real one, and I will put all my grades through here. Like Amelie, for example, only she and her parents will be able to access that information. So when I email the parents over SynWeb, I say, get your students or your son or daughter's unique access code for Edmodo, or email me for it, and then they're able to then interact online with me through Edmodo, but also check the gradebook and their son and daughter's interactions and progress. It's fairly limited what parents can do in Edmodo, but it gives them some level of ownership. I like the messages mostly, because when I get emails from students, I tend to lose it all. But if it's all in this one place, then I don't lose it. So you can see here I've got a number of individual conversations going on with students. They ask all sorts of different questions, and it's a good chance for me to individually address concerns. Devanchi's got a great example here. She sent me mobile phone photos of questions she's having issues with, and then I was able to respond to her. If I look at another example, Lillian, no, Jordan, maybe, no, Daniel Sales, here we go. Daniel's good. He wanted to upload his results for a projectile motion practical results that I was going to check, and if they can't get it online, they can actually like message you a document in Edmodo chat. So I found this to be a really useful place. You can't do the face-to-face stuff, but you know, I can use Zoom, or I can use Teams for that anyway. Now when it comes to Teams and building stuff, well, I've already built all my stuff using Google Sites. Google Sites interacts with anything that's Google really well, so all my videos that I have are here on YouTube. I've got, I don't know how long of stuff I've got for all my different classes, but you can see all my different videos here. All sorts of structural stuff, physics. I'm even drawing on the concrete outside my house to demonstrate electric fields, and I was using a toy car to move it in the right directions. And what you do is you just get the link for that video, and then you go to your Google Sites, which is just a very easy development site for making a website. And I'll show you an example here, which I'll share online. It's effectively the same as Teams. The only difference, I think, is that I find it easier to use, and on top of that, it's not wrapped up in, like, I get the feeling that when it's in Teams, it's being closeted in that area, whereas on a Google account, this is on the cloud under my personal Google account with my control, I sort of feel like I have more control of that material, because certainly with all the stuff that I'm putting online and the effort I'm putting into flipping the classroom, well, I don't want all that to disappear. Now, I'm not saying it will on Essington's 365 accounts, but you know, I intend to recycle some of this next year. I will improve it, I'll make it better, and then I'll flip the classroom for a couple of months. Not only will that give me a chance to get to know every individual student a bit more, but it'll also mix it up in terms of what's going on with my methods of teaching. Now you can see here I've got all sorts of textbook stuff, lectures that I've put in, random imagery to make it interesting. I've borrowed stuff from online. We've got Khan Academy here and Crash Course Chemistry. I've got a lot of individual videos in here, which adds that personal touch. Lots of silly pictures to keep it interesting and fun, because reduction oxidation chemistry is not that interesting. Now, say for example, I was interested in putting something in, and this came from a video I had before. Didn't work out, so I was trying to demonstrate. If you want to add an image to the site, for example, you go to Google Image Search. You can put it on your drive and just access it from there, or you could search for I don't know, scrub turkey, and it'll give you a whole bunch of stuff that's these are the ones we have at home on the Gold Coast. Insert that's like not an image that's going to be protected by copyright, and you can move it around. It's quite easy to do. You can resize it if you want. That's not difficult either. It's just simply a matter of double clicking and then, you know, adding text, whatever you want. You can add hyperlinks, you can insert all sorts of documents. This is a very quick and versatile website builder, and you can continue to update it and change it, and then it all comes down to this one single link, and you just go stick that to your class. You send it to them in an email or something, and the feedback I've got is that the students, you know, they don't mind working off this. It's just another option. So I think that's everything. VideoPad, Audacity, Open Broadcaster software, the OBS, Google Sites. I use OneDrive and Google Drive, and I share links from there to documents that I've scanned, and they will be links where only the students can view. If I want to, I can set up collaboration spaces for that sort of stuff, and I'm also looking at Trello, which is an interesting website. It's like sticking post-it notes on the wall and just putting a bunch of ideas together. We're going to use that for deconstruction and design. So there's a lot of other options out there. Mix this with a bit of Vimeo and all my blackboards and whiteboards and stuff, and yeah, I think that I'm a lot more confident with this stuff, and I like to play in this space. With all the team stuff, I'll give it a crack, but yeah, I just wanted to show you what I was up to. I'll post the links under this post, and this is going to go up on YouTube as a video. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.